Okay, so good morning, class, and welcome to the session. And we'll start. So why so few people? Are they coming? Not coming? क्या है issue? पता नहीं. ठीक है. Anyway, we'll start now. Okay, guys. So we'll start with our this thing. That's something else. Let's start with our sub-queries. Okay. Let's start with the sub-queries. Call कर रहा है. Okay. So sub-queries. First of all, tell me, have we seen the joins? Joins हमने class में देखा ना, right? So in joins we were seeing the we can fetch the columns. We can fetch the columns from more than one table. Is this statement clear to everyone? Remember, when we created a table, we can have the column from more than one table. जो हमने output create किया था, remember, we can have the employee number also, we can have the salary also, employee number coming, first name coming from your employees table, salary coming from your salary table. All those things we can do. Okay. And we have also seen a query where we were not joining only two tables, but more than two tables. याद आ रहा है? More than two tables, right? So why I am taking sub query separately in a separate class, so that you do not mix sub query and you do not mix join. I hope people have studied join and come. We have taken at least 3 to 4 examples of joins, or rather more than that. Now what about sub query? So sub query is a query inside another query. Query inside another query. Or basically it is known as your nested query. Or in short, if I say more than one select statement, more than one select statement. Can someone check and tell me when I was using the join, how many times did I use the select? Select कितनी बार use किया था? एक बार use किया था. Please एक बार check करके बताओ. Check it and let me know. How many times did I use the select? Only once, right? Whether I was joining 2 tables or 3 tables, select तो एक ही बार use किया, right? But in sub query, the select would be coming more than once, and that is why I'm saying a query inside another query. Do you notice one thing, that you cannot write any query without using the select statement? कोई ऐसी query है जिसमें without select हो सकता है? Select count star or select distinct, anything, right? So every time when you are trying to fetch any information, you have to use the select statement. So in sub query, you are having more than one select statement. So I am saying more than one. It can be 2 or 3 or 4 or basically n, depending upon how complicated you want to write. Now, this is one thing. I hope people are clear till this point. When a sub query is executed, inner query is executed first. Inner query is executed first, and output from inner, inner query acts as input for outer query. That's it. बस इतना चीज ध्यान रखो and you will never make a mistake. The inner query would be executed first, and the output from the inner would act as an input for the outer. जो यहाँ का output होगा दूसरे के लिए input होगा. And one more thing, in sub query, we get the columns only from one table. You cannot have the columns in the final data from more than one table. In the sub query, we get the columns only from one table. Okay, let's take an example and then probably you'll understand. Okay, let me say my requirement is something like this. Requirement is to get the employment number, first name, last name of all the managers. Let's say this is my requirement. Employment number, first name, last name of all the managers. Then how can we do it? कैसे कर सकते हैं? One thing is we can use a join. अगर हमें join लगाना तो कैसे लगाओगे? I can put a join between my employees table and between my department manager table. ठीक है? I can put a join between my department manager and the employees table using my employment number. That is using your join. This same thing can be done using your, let's say, subquery. If I am interested only in this part, I can use my subquery also. So I'll say select employment number, comma first name, employment number, comma let's say first name, comma last name from employees. Now, if I run only this thing, it will give me the data for all the employees. Yes, it will not give me the data only for the managers. It will not give me the data only for the managers, but I want only for the managers. So what I can do is I have to use some conditions. So I can say where employment number, where employment number in. Now what I'll do is I'll say select employment number from department manager. Now, guys, before you do any coding, let's have a look. Select employment number from department manager. What will this do? Another statement before I go ahead is that inner query should always be in bracket. ये चीज भी नोट डाउन कर लो. जो सब क्यूरी होगी वो हमेशा, जो इनर क्यूरी होगी वो हमेशा ब्रैकेट में आएगी. That is for sure. ठीक है. Now let's revisit. So query inside another query, more than one select statement. Can you notice I am using more than one select statement? Right. Suppose if I run this thing, let's see what's the output. Do you notice I get only 24 records and all these records are of managers. अब ये काम कैसे कर रहा है इसको समझने की कोशिश करो. Let's go back to the theory which we have written. When the sub query is executed, inner query is executed first and output from inner query acts as a input for the outer query. इतना portion देख रहे हो सब लोग? Which is the inner query? Can I say this is the inner query? ये अंदर की query है. So this would be executed first. If this is executed, then what is the output? If this is executed, then it will select all the employment numbers from the department manager. So do you notice it is selecting 24 records? Now only for these 24 records, you will get employment number, first name, last name from employees, because you are saying employment number in. So these 24 employment numbers, these again, I'm repeating, these 24 employment numbers are the output from the inner query. And this output from inner query is acting as the input for your outer query. So it will give you only these 24 employment numbers. और उन्हीं 24 employment numbers के लिए you will see your first name, last name from employees. अब देखो यहाँ पे कैसा होगा. Let's say if I tweak this thing, अगर मैं sudden change कर दूं, एक I'll not say sudden change but a slight change. अब देखो क्या होगा. Let me say not in. Let me say not in. So वो managers को छोड़ के बाकी सबको select कर लेगा. समझ में आ रहा है? Now do you notice it is fetching more than 3 lakh records in and not in. इतना समझ में आ रहा है? So इसके आगे अपनी कंडीशन लिख लो. Selects only managers, and selects except managers. समझ में आ रहा है? So just remember a few things and you will never make a mistake. The few things are inner query should always be in the bracket. पहले inner query execute होगी, बाद में outer query. Output of inner would act as an input for outer. ठीक है? Now please do it. So there are many who have joined online. So this is actually not good. Okay, those who are supposed to attend offline, they should attend offline. And I know everyone would be ready with some kind of excuse कि आज ये नहीं आज वो नहीं. But my suggestion is please visit the class. सोचो अगर मैं भी online पढ़ने लग जाऊँ तो. एंड तुम लोग लिंक्डइन में मेरा फोटो डालना बंद करो. किसने डाला था? ठीक है, ऐसे फोटो वोटो मत डालो मेरी, बिकॉज वो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करेगा मेरे लिए. फोटो मत डालो, वो भी बिना पूछे. Any doubt, any questions, guys? We will take at least 2-3 more examples, which will give you enough practice. I hope people have made these notes. In notes को follow करो and you will never make a mistake. ठीक है? हमने in statement पहले भी discuss किया है ना? Right? In something. मुझे एक example याद आ रहा है. When I wanted to select more than one name, Pranjal, Pradeep kind of thing, then we have used this in and not in. Those who are in online, guys, tell me any doubt, any questions? Give me a minute and I'll put one problem statement for you. Okay, now can you write this query? Almost on the similar ground, but this time I want people to write on their own. I want a data something like this. I want an employment number and I want the salary for all the managers. Not using managers, using सब query. मुझे join नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को सब query चाहिए. I want only these two columns, employment number and salary for all the managers. Possible है? करो. जब क्लास में आने के बाद याद आया मैंने कुछ वादा किया था ना, फ्राइडे कुछ लेके आऊंगा, तो आज तो भूल गया, लेकिन हाँ कल खाता हूँ. किसके लिए किया था वादा? किसके लिए किया था? उसके लिए किया था ना. हाँ, शक्ल देख के आ रहा है, वो बेचारा काम करने में लगा हुआ है, देख नहीं रहा मेरी तरफ. एम्प्लॉय नंबर सैलरी. ऐसा होता है ना, एक मैनेजर जो रहा उसकी मल्टीपल एंट्री सैलरी टेबल में आ रही, जब जब उसका सैलरी चेंज हुआ, ठीक है ना। हाँ, ग्रुप बाय किया 20.2 इतना समझ में आ रहा है, okay. Okay. What about those who have joined online? No answers from them. I don't know what they are doing. Class, those who have joined remotely, can I have some answers from their side? I don't see any answers, responses coming from them. So, kaise kare? So I can say select employment number. And then I can say, let's me say average salary. Average salary from salaries. Then I can say where employment number in, then what should I do? I can say very same wala copy kar liya, right? Okay, let's run this and then probably I will introduce the group by, that why I am doing a group by. I'll take a two-step approach. Okay, no, see, I have said a average salary, and if I don't do a group by, so यहाँ पे group by करना ही पड़ेगा, because group by, otherwise it will just give me a group by. Or let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. इसको clear करते हैं. Let's not go for the average salary, because average will anyway return just one. Yeah. So if I run only this much part, what do I get? So do you notice we get 388 rows? We already know that there are 24 managers. ये तो हमें count पता है. There are only 24 managers. But as of now, I'm getting more than 24 entries. Why? Because in employment number, do you notice the same employee is appearing more than once? Why? Because the same manager might have got different salaries at different time. The salaries might have changed. His salaries might have changed. So obviously we need to do a group by. So let's say group by based upon the employment. Okay? The other employment number. Now, is this right? This is not 100% right. This is not 100% right. Why? Because when you do a group by employment number, it will give you 24 rows. But this salary may not be the, it has just picked any salary for the employment number or the first salary. So the best thing is you say average. और जब average कर ही रहे हो तो साथ में round भी लगा देना. Now if I do average, and in average you are saying it is coming till 4 digits after decimal. Let's do the round, and when we talk in terms of money, the best round off is till 2 digits from your decimals. Okay, round average salary, and this name of the column seems to be a little funny. Let me say as AVG salary. ओके, अब देखो बढ़िया आ गया, राउंडेड ऑफ ऑल्सो एंड एवरीथिंग। अच्छा, कैन इट वुड हैव बीन डन बाय सम अनदर वे, किसी और तरीके से कर सकते थे? No, inner join, that is okay. I'm not talking about inner join. Can we do the same thing using a titles table? Do the same thing using your title table. Please carry on. Do the same thing using your title tables. This time don't use department manager, but use your titles table. Where title equal to manager, you can say. Am I right? So I'll put another requirement. Use titles table. Practice karo, please. The more you practice, the more you get comfortable. Okay, ठीक है। कैसे करना है? किस किसने कर लिया? प्लीज रेज योर हैंड। 1 2 3 4 5। सही आंसर आ रहा है? ओके, वेट फॉर 2 more minutes, let me see, some few more people will get the answer. So Gaurav, Saril, I don't think Gaurav this query which you have written is right. Select employment number from titles, but where is the check for manager? You have to say, right, where title equal to manager. If you only say select employment number from titles, so titles has so many records. Where equal to manager तो डालना ही पड़ेगा ना. Gaurav, this is for you. I hope you are clear. अगर तुम इसे रन करोगे, you will not get the 24 entries. You will get many entries. Diminished format means getting started. उधर चलो आता हूँ. Okay. Shubham Thorat. I think Shubham ने जो query लिखी है, that is right. He has sent a direct message. Select employment number, round average salary. Okay, let's do it, guys. Help me out. Select employment number. Then what do I want to select? Round average salary. ये सारी लाइन तो select ही कर लें. यहाँ तक तो select ही कर लें. Then in what I'll do? Select employment number from titles. So titles is the name of the table, and I think title is the name of the column. Where title equal to manager. I think this should work. Am I right? Simple. Group by. Let's do a group by. Group by employment number. Yes, definitely. Very well. Okay. Makes sense. हमारा क्या issue आ रहा है? ऑटोमेटिकली सॉल्व हो गया भाई का. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay, let me say if I want to find the second highest salary, I just want that number, second highest salary. Can we find that? So one way is that you can use your limit function, right? Without using limit. So find the, so if I want to find the second highest salary, then what can I do? I can say select salary from salaries, then order by salary, and then I'll say descending. फिर लिमिट लगा देते हैं, लिमिट और लिमिट कितना लगा दें, 1,1 लगा दें. Let's see what happens. So 157,821. So is this the highest salary, or let me just do one thing. इतना रन करके देखते हैं पहले. ठीक है. Let me say limit 10. Let's see the top 10 records. ठीक है. So which is the highest salary? Highest salary is 158,220, 157,821. So when I run this thing, I get the second highest salary. So आखिरी में कितना आ रहा है? 821, right? So you get the 821, right? So this is the way I can find the second highest, third highest, fourth highest, whatever. ठीक है. Fair enough. But कभी कभी तुम्हारे इंटरव्यू में एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ सकता है कि फाइंड द सेकंड हाईएस्ट सैलरी यूजिंग द सब क्यूरी. अब बताओ कैसे करेंगे यूजिंग द सब क्यूरी. सो डोंट डू ऑन योर ओन. मैं तुम्हें इससे कॉम्प्लिकेटेड प्रॉब्लम दूंगा, बट लेट मी सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, फॉर यू गाइस. फाइंड द सेकंड हाईएस्ट सैलरी यूजिंग द सब क्यूरी. Using the sub query. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll say select I'll say not salary, but let's say max salary. Select max salary from salaries where I can say salary not in let's see क्या output आता है, otherwise we'll change it. Same आया 157,821. Will people agree this is the second highest salary? Second highest salary हो रहा है. अब ये हो कैसे रहा है? Now understanding, so this may look complicated, but it is very easy. So just rely on these basic points which we have written. So first thing is the inner query would be executed first. सबसे पहले inner query execute होगी. So inner query is nothing but this thing. So when you execute this part, what would be the output? So I'm selecting this part. So when you execute this part, it is saying 158,220. So this is the maximum salary. Right? This is the maximum salary. So this the maximum salary would be acting as an input for the outer query. And in outer query, I am selecting everything. I am selecting everything, but I will not select 152,880 because मैंने बोल दिया है not in. So if I do not select 152,880 and I select everything, and from that everything, if I select the maximum salary, I'll get the second highest salary. फिर से बोलता हूं एक बार. First of all, inner query would be executed. Inner query returns only one thing, that is your the highest salary, जिसकी सबसे ज्यादा salary होगी, and that thing is nothing but your 158,220. Now this 158,220, इसको कुछ ऐसे लिख लेते हैं. Let's say अगर तुम्हें clarity आने के लिए, just for explanation purpose, I will write something like this. I will say not in, let me say 157,821. Okay, not in, let's say this thing. So this salary, so I'm saying now this will select all the salaries. Jitne bhi salaries are 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, whatever. Out of all those salaries, it will not include this salary. And then it will select the maximum salary. It means it will select the second highest salary. Up please karo. Okay. अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है सब कुछ सही तो वापस रन करो, फिर से रन करो. अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है सब कुछ सही है, अगर फिर से सही आंसर नहीं आ रहा, इट मींस कुछ गलत है. फिर से रिविजिट करो, उसकी कोई दुश्मनी थोड़ी ना तुमसे. अगर तुम ये बोलो कि एरर आ रहा है तो मैं जरूर देखूंगा, बट अगर तुम बोलो कि सब कुछ सही है फिर भी गलत है, इट मींस यू नीड टू लुक इट. किस किस का हो गया? नहीं हो रहा है. नहीं लगी तो लगवा लो, ऐसे करके कर रहे हो हैं, दोनों हाथ यूज करो। अच्छा, नाउ डू वन थिंग, find the third highest salary, find the third highest salary using the subquery. Find the third highest salary using the subquery. चेक करो सही आंसर। हेलो हेलो, हाँ, so what is the second highest salary? अमाउंट कितना है इसका? हाँ सॉरी, थर्ड हाईएस्ट सैलरी, व्हाट इज द अमाउंट? जो जो ऑल हु आर सेइंग कि आ गया है, प्लीज चेक द नंबर। ठीक है, सो फॉर एग्जांपल गाइस, लेट्स हैव अ लुक ओवर हियर। सो लेट मी से, सब लोग प्लीज यहाँ पे देखो एक सेकंड। व्हेन आई रन दिस थिंग, द सेकंड हाईएस्ट सैलरी इज 5709। 70 अगर 9 आ रहा है आंसर, देन प्रॉब्ली इट्स राइट। इफ यू आर नॉट गेटिंग 709, इफ यू आर गेटिंग समथिंग एल्स, तो शायद सही नहीं। द थर्ड हाईएस्ट सैलरी इज 709। हेलो हेलो, हाँ बोलिए। हाँ, आ रहा है? किस किसका हो गया? So online folks are not answering people.
Vedant.
Okay. So Gaurav, Lokik, Karthik, Vedant, what about you people, guys? I haven't seen any answers from you people. कोई भी आंसर नहीं आया. हुआ किसी का? मुझे पता है लोग क्या कर रहे हैं. लोग सेकंड 3 क्वेरीज लिख रहे होंगे और सेकंड क्वेरी का आउटपुट थर्ड में डाल रहे होंगे, बराबर. लेकिन वो तुम्हें वापस हाईएस्ट सैलरी दे रहा होगा, ठीक है ना. वो तुम्हें वापस हाईएस्ट दे रहा होगा, करेक्ट. सोचो क्यों, सोचो क्यों. बिल्कुल सिंपल सी एक मैथ्स लग रही है इसमें. तुम अगर उस चीज को पकड़ लोगे तो आंसर आ जाएगा. नहीं, there is nothing like negative. तुम बोल रहे हो नॉट इन. फर्स्ट वाले से ही नॉट इन से हाईएस्ट सैलरी निकल गया. जब तुमने नॉट इन बोला तो वो वापस हाईएस्ट ले आया. तो कुछ और करना है. नहीं, इनसे तो बहुत लफड़ा हो जाएगा. सबके साथ ऐसा ही हो रहा है. सो व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग दैट यूजिंग सेलेक्ट 3 टाइम्स, तो मैं वापस हाईएस्ट आ रही होगी, बराबर. चेंज कर दो उसको, जरा सोचो क्या चेंज. एक छोटा सा चेंज एंड एवरीथिंग वुड बी प्रॉपर. एक स्लाइड चेंज. ज्वाइन यूज नहीं करना है. ज्वाइन यूज करके ये वाली चीज कैसे सॉल्व करोगे? ये तो सेम टेबल से आ रही है ना, तो इसमें ज्वाइन कहां से आएगा? या तो लिमिट आएगा या तो लिमिट नहीं आएगा.
709.
अरे ये वाली लाइन रन करके देख लेते हैं ना, जो मैंने एक बताई थी, ये वाली लाइन रन करके देख लो, you will get the first 3 highest salaries and match your data whether you are getting the proper data. हाँ कर सकते हो, अगर वो तुमने यूज किया तो अब समझो आंसर आ गया, बस नहीं यूज नहीं करना। इतना लेट? पालकी की वजह से? ठीक है, पालकी आज भी निकल रही है, बट ट्रैफिक रिस्ट्रिक्शंस तो शायद हट गया ना। अच्छा चलो, एनीवे उसमें क्या है बोल सकता हूँ मैं, पालकी है तो धीरे धीरे ही जाएगी। Okay, so let's write it down. So basically what I'll do is I'll say, पहले लोगों ने क्या किया होगा, सब कुछ लोगों ने ऐसा किया होगा, select max salary from salaries where salary not in maximum salaries. Okay, so this will give me the second highest, right? For third highest के लिए क्या किया होगा लोगों ने? Again वापस where लगाया, where salary not in, then again I think ये यहाँ पे एक डबल ब्रैकेट चालू होगा क्या? यहाँ पे एक डबल ब्रैकेट चालू होगा, लेट मी से, नहीं एक सेकंड, वे सैलरी नॉट इन सेलेक्ट, ये यहाँ पे एरर क्यों दे रहा है? नहीं यहाँ पे नहीं, यहाँ पे नहीं आएगा, वे सैलरी नॉट इन सेलेक्ट, वे सैलरी नॉट इन, कुछ तो इशू दे रहा है यहाँ पे, आई थिंक एक ब्रैकेट कहीं मिसिंग लग रहा है। सेलेक्ट मैक्स सैलरी फ्रॉम सैलरीज, ये ब्रैकेट क्लोज नहीं, उससे उससे सिंटेक्स एरर नहीं आता, ठीक है। सो इट इज गिविंग यू 158220, ठीक है, 158220। बेसिकली ये ब्रैकेट जो है ना, दिस ब्रैकेट would be getting closed over here, ठीक है। So now if you notice we are having 3 selected statement. Now let's discuss this thing. So which is the highest salary? एक काम कर देते हैं, यहाँ पे जो नंबर्स लिख देते हैं 158220 कॉमा 157821 कॉमा 155709. These are the first, second, and third highest salaries. Okay, let's take them as a reference. Now, when I write it, so I get 158220. It is again returning me the highest salary. Okay, I wanted the third highest. I wanted 709, but I am getting 158220. So, अब ये ऐसा हो क्यों रहा है? Why is happening like this? So, let's try to understand this thing. So, I'm saying where salary not in select maximum salaries from salaries. So, what it will do? This will select the highest salary. This thing will select your 158220. इसके आगे मैं ऐसा लिख देता हूँ. Let's say. For more explanation, can I say this part is equivalent to the below number? Right? This part is equivalent to the below number. Now, when I say not in means it will not select 158220, but it will select everything. It will select everything. So it means this part, ये वाला जो part है, this highlighted part, it will select what? This will select your 157821 again. So this part, or let me do one thing. Let me say something like this. यहाँ से तुम लोग समझो. So this is equivalent to 158220. But what is this equivalent to? So I am saying it is not in. If 15800 is not in, it will select all 5 lakh, 7 lakh records, but it will not select 158220. And from those 5 lakh, 6 lakh record, it will select the maximum salary. It means it will select this thing. इतना समझ में आ रहा है? It will select this thing. Now, this 157821 would act as an input for the outer one. It will act as an input for the outer one. So it will not select 157821, but it will select all the other things. And from all the other things, it will select the maximum salary. It means it will again select this thing. ठीक है? इसीलिए तुम्हें highest salary आ रही है. So if I want to get the third highest salary, what I can do is I can just copy this thing. I'll put a colon over here so I don't get it. And I can say where salary not in की बजाय where salary, let me say something greater than. Let's see, does it works? Otherwise, we'll change the symbol. 15220 ही आ रहा है. I think यहाँ पे less than आना चाहिए. 155709. If you notice, 155709 is the third highest salary. It is third highest salary. Now, let's see how it is working. Let's see how it is working. So, the first query, it will select 15880 only. Okay, and then it will select your second highest 157821, and then you are saying the outer should be less than 157281. So less than 157821, and within that less you are selecting the maximum. Within that less you are selecting the maximum, so you get your third highest query. So अब यहाँ पे output ये वाला आता है. समझ में आ रहा है सबको? So let me say above is wrong and the below one is correct. Okay, please go for it. Detailed explanation दे दिया मैंने. Is everyone clear? Those who have joined online, guys, tell me. Shubham ने said करिए. No, Shubham, why are you using limit? So it means you were not there in the class. So I'm saying don't use limit, use your sub query. Limit use करना था तो I could have done earlier itself, right? Within a fraction of a second, I could have done. That thing I think मैंने first class या second class में बता दिया था, right? Using your limit. So this happens when you join late or you are not listening at attentively. Okay, let's take one more problem statement, the last one, and then probably we'll move to some another topic or something. Okay, let's do one thing. Okay, so select distinct title from titles. How many distinct titles have I have? 7 titles, right? So create me a table something like this. I want an output something like this: employment number, first name, last name for all the employees who are technique leader and their salary is more than 70,000 using subquery. I don't want people to use join. Use your subquery. Again, I am repeating what type of output I want. I want employment number, first name, last name for all the employees who are technique lead and their salary is more than 70,000. Possible? Please give a try. I am putting this problem statement on the chat window. Take it from there. Done, guys? किस किसका हो गया? No? So how would you do this? Do you notice you need to look into three tables? कौन से tables आएंगे? One would obviously be your employees, then title, and then salary. Simple है, इतना मुश्किल भी नहीं है. Just keep on putting the where condition. Try करो please. Select employment number.
वेर केलं
किस किसका हो गया? Anyone? किसी ने नहीं किया? So I'm getting some answers on the chat. Let me see what are those answers, right or wrong. Okay, क्या आंसर्स आए? किसने रखा है? शिवम थोराट. I think this seems to be right. Shivam ने जो query लिखी है. Let's take his query. This seems to be right. देख के ही लग रहा है सही है. Select employment number, first name, last name from employees. Where employment number in select employment number from titles where title equal to technically group by कर दिया इसने. Starting में group by. So 1931. Okay. Let me say employment number. Let's remove this part as of now. देखते हैं कितने रिकॉर्ड्स आते हैं. So 1931. ठीक है. Guys, अब देखो इशू क्या हो रहा है. Everyone stop your coding and let's try to see what mistake people were making. So remember in the notes I have said that you can select the column only from the one table. So when I run this output, you are getting the employment number, first name, last name. लोग mistake क्या कर रहे हैं? लोग कुछ ऐसा भी कर रहे हैं. Let me say they are doing select an employment number in select salaries from salary. यहाँ पे select salary क्यों कर रहा है? Select, let me say employment number because select employment number from salaries where salary is greater than. ठीक है. What mistake people are making? I think they should also go fine. ठीक है. They should also go fine. ठीक है. Select employment number from salaries where salary is greater than or equal to 70,000. You can say now. Basically, what mistake people are making? People are making employment number also, and they are saying salary also. Now, if I try to run this thing, it will give an error. ऐसी कोई mistake करी थी लोगों ने? करी थी, right? Now, see, operand should contain only one column. It is saying your inner query should contain only one column. You cannot pass more than one column. You pass only that column for which you want to have a check. So I'll say select employment number. You select only one. But since you are mentioning the salaries table, you can put the check of salary greater than this thing. The same thing, select employment number from titles where title greater than technique lead. So that is what it is.
Hello, sir.
Tell me.
सर हम इनर जॉइन यूज कर सकते हैं ना सब क्वेरी में?
ठीक है, कैन आई गेट योर नेम? किसने क्वेश्चन पूछा है?
सुशांत।
Shashank, did you miss today's class early part?
यस सर।
Hmm. See, obviously you can use inner join, but आज का topic है sub query. ठीक है, I don't want to use join, and that is why joins I have taken on Monday so that people do not mix join and sub query. ठीक है, so many are things you can do using your joins, but joins probably may take more time also. ठीक है, so at this moment, my aim is to teach you what is sub query.
सर मैं ऐसे जनरली पूछ रहा था कि क्या मैं जॉइन इनर जॉइन कर सकता हूँ क्या?
To answer that question, yes, you can. You can, no doubt in that.
ओके।
थोड़ा और प्रैक्टिस करना है. Let me take one more example. Okay, मैंने एक जगह लिखा था ना select distinct. Select distinct title from titles. इसके लिए एरर क्यों दे रहा है? और तो select distinct TITLS. अरे भैया रुक तो जाओ. visible है. So titles table है ना, select distinct. यहाँ पे तो मैंने क्लोज किया है. Select distinct title titles. Select distinct titles from titles. Okay. So we have senior engineer, staff engineer, senior staff assistant engineer, manager. Okay. So I want name, I want employment number, first name, last name of all the senior engineer who were hired in year 1985. Okay, I want employment number, first name, last name of all the senior engineers who were hired in year 1985. Possible? अच्छा, before you move ahead, so employment number, first name, last name, you obviously know कहाँ से आएगा? Employees table. Senior engineer, for that you can look into the titles table. From where would you see your hire date? Hire date कहाँ से देखोगे? Hire date again from your employees table. देखो ना, hire date again from your employees table. Please go ahead and write it. Tell me. करता हूँ. Select employment number, first name, last name, from present employment number. This select status, this and employment number. Hire date is equal to substring hire date 1 to 4 is 985. देख तो ठीक लगा. कितने रिकॉर्ड आ रहा है?
15,000.
ठीक है. ओके. ओके. सो लेट्स डू वन थिंग. इसका कोड अच्छा लग रहा है शेयर्स का. इसको प्रोजेक्ट कर देते हैं क्लास के सामने. लेट्स सी व्हाट्स द आउटपुट इज. So select employment number, first name, last name from employees, where employment number is. Select employment number from titles, where title equal to senior engineer and employment number n. Select employment number from your employees, where substring hire date 1, 4, 1985. Okay, so 1, 4, 1985 पहले check कर लिया था. 1985 ही fetch कर रहा है. Where substring equal to 1985. Let me say 1985 को quotes में नहीं रखा. ये सही जा रहा है कि नहीं मुझे बस इतना पता नहीं है. पहली नजर में तो ठीक लग रहा है. ठीक है. सो एम्प्लॉयमेंट नंबर कितना आ रहा है? 35316. प्रॉब्लम इसमें से सारे सीनियर इंजीनियर नहीं होंगे. सो ही इज पुटिंग वन फिल्टर. और लेट मी से इफ आई पुट समथिंग लाइक दिस.
Same.
35316. Okay, fair enough. So it will return all those people who joined in 1985, right? And then the same thing. Then out of 35,316 people who joined in 1985, you will select all those who were senior engineers. You will select all those who are senior engineers, and then you will select their first name and last name also. ठीक है. I think इसको हम कुछ ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं. So what he has done is right. Could we have done something like this? क्या हम इसको कुछ ऐसा कर सकते थे? Where, let me say, I'll just say where, let me say, hire date between use करा था किसी ने?
Yeah. Yes.
Between use किया था. So between is also right. So hire date is between what?
Between 1985 11
1985 01 01 to 1985 12/31. ठीक है. I think this should also work. We hide it in between. कुछ इशू लग रहा है?
Sir, वो and है, two नहीं है.
Between
and है.
this, between this and this. I think this should work. This should go fine. So कितने रिकॉर्ड आ रहे हैं? 1388. पहले भी इतने ही आ रहे थे.
हाँ.
पहले भी इतने ही आ रहे थे.
Right.
13,888. So गुड वन, मुझे ये तुम्हारा अप्रोच अच्छा लगा, सब स्ट्रिंग निकाल लिया और इक्वल टू कर, अच्छा लगा. बट टेक इट ऑन द बोथ द वेज, यू कैन यूज बिटवीन आल्सो, और इफ यू वांट यू कैन पुट द, अगर हम चाहें तो इसको एक ऐसे कंडीशन से भी कर सकते हैं. इफ यू वांट वी कैन से समथिंग लाइक दिस, वेयर hire date is greater than or equal to 1985/01/01 and hire date and hire date less than or equal to this much, less than or equal to this much. I think this should also work.
31 पे है ना?
1231, ये 31 है, फीलिंग समझो. ठीक है, इट इज 1231. कहाँ पे मिस्टेक हो रहा? आई थिंक यहाँ पे 2 ब्रैकेट क्लोज होंगे. Same answer, same answer you get. So whether you use between substring or whether you use and, that is your choice. Okay, there is nothing which is absolutely right or something, that is your choice. So I've taken all 3 cases. Then guys, okay, take your 10 minutes break and after break we'll continue. ठीक है, आज क्लास सिर्फ 12:30 तक की है, so ज्यादा लंबा ब्रेक मतलब, make it till 10 maximum 15. ठीक है, come back quickly and we'll continue.
Hello.
So I hope everyone is back. Okay, so can people see my screen? Okay. Let me put a problem statement. So I'll put a problem statement. This time the problem statement is little bigger. Suppose करो मैंने तुम्हें एक ऐसा problem statement दे दिया and I just leave you. And show the data for first 100 employees. Okay, before you start working on it, let's discuss what this is. कभी ऐसा वर्ड सुना है सैलरी करेक्शन? सुना है? Salary correction, let's say normally the salary increase when you change one organization. एक कंपनी छोड़ के दूसरी जगह जाते हो तो बढ़ जाती है. So there are many times when a person is working in the same organization from a very long time, उसका salary शायद उतना नहीं बढ़ता. It increases but not. So time to time, companies may want to do a salary correction. कि जो old employees हैं, they want to recognize them and they want to give them one-time hike or whatever, right? So the same problem statement is recognize the old employees. Select all the employees who have joined before 1990 and they are still working with the organization and give them 25% salary hike and show the data for first 1,000 employees. Or if you want, you can show the data for the top 1,000 employees or 5,000 employees. So select all the employees who have joined before 1990 and they are still working in the organization. हाइक तो उसी को दोगे ना जो अभी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में होगा. So they can be few people who have joined before 1990 but they have already left. It can happen. So you will give hike only to those people who joined before some date and they are still working. क्या किसी ऐसे को hike दे सकते हो who is not working? Answer is no. So select all the employees who have joined before 1990 and still working with the organization. This time I am not saying whether it is sub query or join or whatever you think. हमें join लगाना चाहिए, sub query लगाना चाहिए, कैसे करना चाहिए. Take 2 minutes. Don't write any query. Explore all the tables and see from which table you will get which column. कौन-कौन से columns मेरे को help करेंगे. Let's build the architecture and then you write the query. Employee should have joined before 1990 and he should still be working. How would you find that thing? एक बार वो निकल आएगा, then you can obviously give him a 25% salary hike. कैसे निकालोगे? Higher date, okay. So employees का higher date कैसे निकालोगे? From the higher date. From the higher date. So from higher date, I can answer this question who have joined before 1990, right? Less than 1990 तुम कर सकते हो, right? Less than 1990, it can be 79, it can be 89, it can be 69, 60, 50, 40, whatever. ठीक है? But how would you find कि person अभी भी organization में है? अभी भी organization में है, ये कैसे पता लगाओगे? Sys date, yes. System date will give you the current state, but उसको compare किससे करोगे? नहीं, वो तो higher date है ना. Higher date means जिस दिन तुमने organization join किया. ये कैसे पता लगेगा कि कब organization छोड़ा? So from where would you get a date which can tell you that when a person is leaving the organization? सोचो, इन्हीं में से किसी टेबल से आ जाएगा. टू डेट, देखो क्या टू डेट से हमें पता चल सकता है? और मैक्सिमम टू डेट, या इज देयर एनी अदर टेबल? फ्रॉम डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजर से भी नहीं, लेट्स से डिपार्टमेंट एम्प्लॉय. डिपार्टमेंट एम्प्लॉय में भी टू डेट आ रही है. डिपार्टमेंट एम्प्लॉय में भी टू डेट आ रही है. ठीक है, नाउ गो अहेड, टेक अ टू डेट based upon your choice, department employee or title or whatever, and try doing it. So I'm putting this problem statement on the chat. Take it from the chat window. Let's see. Please work on it. अभी मैं कुछ नहीं बोल रहा, सिर्फ सोचो. Probably it is not a question of sub-query, because sub-query में you can select table from, you can select column from only one table. तुम्हें तुम्हारा नाम, employment number and salary देखना है, अपने output में. ये जो उसका जो error आ रहा है, देखो यहाँ कितना बड़ा error दिख रहा है. हाँ, दिखाओ. ये तो सिर्फ higher grade है ना, still working है, कैसे पता चलेगा? Suppose तुमने 1985 में ज्वाइन किया था, but 1990 से पहले छोड़ दिया, या 1990 के बाद भी छोड़ दिया, और आज की डेट में वो काम नहीं कर रहा. आज की डेट मींस 2022 की बात कर रहा हूँ. 2022 में कौन कौन लोग काम कर रहे हैं, उन्हीं को तो हाइक दोगे, या बुला बुला के हाइक दोगे, नहीं भाई तुम भी ले लो. मैंने कभी सिस्टम क्रेडिट डिस्कस किया, सिस्टम क्रेडिट यूज सिस्टम क्रेडिट डिस्कस किया तो यूज. और अगर सिस्टम डेट नहीं भी यूज करना, यू नो टुडेस डेट, मैनुअली पुट दैट डेट टुडेस डेट. I want employment number, first name, last name, to date, previous salary, new salary. I know it is a little difficult problem. ये बात मैं मानता हूँ, but it will improve your thought process and coding skill. Please, everyone, give a try. थोड़ा सा difficult है, but you don't have to use any command which we haven't discussed in class. कोई ऐसी चीज यूज नहीं करनी जो हमने क्लास में डिस्कस ना की. सारी वही चीजें यूज करनी, बट इस बार सबको साथ में डालना है. सारे बिट्स एंड पीसेस को कंबाइन करो. And obviously, I don't think sub query will work. Probably you need to go for a join. You need to go for a join because you want to have a name also and you want to have a salary also. Anyone who thinks जिसने कर लिया है, he will let me know. I'll see his query. Those who are in online, please share your query on the chat directly to me. Let's have a look. Once you learn this, how to solve this, then probably I don't think तुम्हें इससे ज़्यादा कुछ complications आएंगे. Okay, let's take it up, guys. So what all can we do? Can we say select E dot employment number? I will rename employees as E. Then let me say E dot first name. I hope people are clear. Just what is E and all those things. E dot last name. So any name you can take. Then can I say S dot salary? Okay, and then let me say S dot salary into 1.25. So this will act as a new salary. Am I right? So if you multiply something by 1.25, it is nothing but 25%. Okay. Now let's do one more thing. Let me say DE dot. I'll not say DE dot, but let me say यहाँ पे ये कर देते हैं पहले E dot. Let me say employees. E dot, let's say hire date. Hire date भी ले लेते हैं दो, so that later on we can check it. Anything else we want to take? E dot hire date. Okay. Then let me say from employees E. फिर उसके बाद क्या कर दें? Inner join लिखते हैं. Inner join with what do you want to join? Department employee से join कर दें. From date, from to date, from inner join. Let me say department employee DE on what should I join? I'll join E dot employment number equal to DE dot employment underscore number. ठीक है? D dot employment underscore number. But whether you take titles table or whether you take department employee table, do you notice that a single employee can appear more than once? Single employee can appear more than once. So in salary, whenever salary changes, an entry would be made. And department employee, whenever he changes the department, the entry would be made. Now, before I go ahead any further, let's comment out this query. And did anyone try to explore something? Let me say, select the star from department underscore employee. किसी ने ये चीज करी थी? Let me say limit 100. पहले के 100 रिकॉर्ड देखने की कोशिश करते हैं. Okay, now, हाँ tell me. See, किया था, ये चेक किया था. Now, suppose before I come to this table, एक छोटा सा thought process यहाँ पे लगाना था. Suppose when a person joins a company or he joins any department, we know the date, we know the, let's say, joining date. थोड़ी देर के लिए भूल जाओ टेबल्स. जिस दिन हमने ज्वाइन किया उस दिन का डेट हम डाल सकते हैं, राइट? But one person joins a company or a department, do we know his leaving date? अब कोई मुझे वो अग्निवीर जैसा आंसर नहीं देगा कि 4 साल का ही, ठीक है? सपोज करो हमें नहीं पता वो 4 साल के लिए 5 साल के लिए. Can you put the leaving date? Can you put the leaving date? So from date I can easily put, but can I put the to date? क्या मैं हम to date डाल सकते हैं? नहीं डाल सकते. To date can be, you will get to know about the to date only when the person actually leaves. Yes or no? Yes. Keeping in mind that his tenure is not fixed. He may work for 1 year, 1 day, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, that day. So do you notice when the person is still working, the date is marked as 99999 and not everywhere it is marked as. So imagine when a person is joining, you have to put the to date because you cannot leave it blank. So what you will do? You will put the default date 99999 something. 999 समझ रहे हो ना क्या है? आज से कई हजार साल बाद आएगी ये डेट. Today is 2022 and 999 would be somewhere around 7,000 years back, 7,000 years later. तो एक default date डाल दी गई है. So wherever you see 999901 kind of thing, it means the person is still working. Or do you notice that to date is greater than today's date? Because हमें पता नहीं है वो कब छोड़ने वाला है. But since you cannot leave the column blank, so you have put in some default date. जिस दिन बच्चा पैदा हुआ, you can put the birth date, but you cannot put the date when you will die. So you will put some date if you have to. Let's say that column cannot be left as blank. So you are putting a default date, and this date will change when the person actually dies, or in this case, he leaves the organization or the department or whatever. आप सबको समझ में आ रहा है? So same logic can be used over here. Let's come back over here. So I'll just unselect this thing. Is everyone clear with the idea? So I'll say department employee on employment number D dot employment number. But there can be a scenario when a person, so for example, let's say person A joint company, person A joint company in, or I'll not say in on, but on 1985, and he joined, let's say he joined HR department and worked in HR department till 1989. From 1989, he changed the department and joined, let's say, HR. Okay, he joined HR. Or let me not say 1989, let me say 1988. But he left in 1989. Okay, but he left in 1989. So is this person eligible for a hike? Is this person eligible for a hike? Yes or no? Answer is no. He is not eligible for a hike because he has already left in 1989. But if you check the higher date, so higher date may, sorry, if you check the to date, so for this person, you may get two different to dates. You may get 1988 also, and you may get 1989 also, something like that, right? Okay, so you have to check the latest date, latest to date. Okay, you have to check the latest to date. Or if this 1989 is confusing, so let me say he left in 1992. He left in 1992. So you don't need to check the first date, but you need to check the last date. So maximum to date to check karni is, if maximum to date is greater than today's date, then only it means he is still working in the organization. इतना समझ में आ रहा है? Getting my point? But to have the maximum to date, हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? कुछ और करना पड़ेगा. To have the maximum to date, you have to group by करना पड़ेगा, right? Otherwise you cannot have the maximum to date. एक ही पर्सन के बहुत सारे डेट्स आ जाएंगे. To have the latest date, you have to group by and then select the max due date. If that max due date is greater than system date, then it means person is still working. अब आगे की कार्रवाई हो सकती है. अब प्लीज करो. मैंने थोड़ा सा तुम्हें हिंट दे दिया. थोड़ा सा क्या, काफी सारा हिंट दे दिया. अब प्लीज कंटिन्यू करो. What all I want. Then let me say inner join. Salaries on. Salaries को नाम देते हैं, let's say S.
Start.
Employment number equal to कोई भी दे दो. D dot employment number. Then what you can do is you can say group by E dot employment number. And then I can say having max DE dot to date. Max this is greater than your sysdate. And I can say E dot higher date is greater than 1990 0101. And I wanted to see the top 1000 employees, so I can see first 1000 entries I want to see. I will say limit 1000. Let's see how it works. देखो guys, सबको समझ में आ रहा है? Employment number first name. Do a group by having maximum DE2 date greater than system date. ठीक है? And let me say as new cell. So this would be acting as my new salary. New salary. देखते हैं क्या max this आ सकता है if it is possible to get. देखो प्लस कैसा हो रहा है, चेक द मैक्सिमम डी टू डेट, डू यू नोटिस ऑल द डेट्स आर 99999, कोई भी ऐसा डेट नहीं है विच इज लेस देन योर सिस्टम डेट, डू यू नोटिस? ठीक है, so employment number, first name, last name, hire date, salary, new salary, and maximum D to date. If you want, you can remove the last column. This last column is only for your check. क्या मेरा क्वेरी सही आ रहा है कि नहीं? ठीक है ना? Hire date?
Less than 90.
अच्छा हाँ, hire date, sorry my mistake. Hire date less than, इसको change करो भाई, वरना तुम 1990 के बाद जो ज्वाइन करे उनको जो है तुम सैलरी बढ़ा दोगे, है दिक्कत हो जाएगी फिर। 1990 से पहले वाले फिर बवाल कर देंगे, डिजाइन कर देंगे। वैसे भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग डेटा में शायद ही कोई जल्दी डिजाइन करता हो। समझ में आया? आई होप पीपल आर क्लियर विद दिस थिंग। ये ग्रुप बाय क्यों किया है ये समझ में आ रहा है सबको? व्हाई ग्रुप बाय? बिकॉज for a same person you can have a multiple entries in a table. So to select the maximum thing I have to do a group by. ठीक है, so with this we'll end the session guys, and tomorrow we'll continue. Tomorrow का कल का एजेंडा सेट कर दे रहे हैं। कल का एजेंडा is very simple. We will have views and we will see our union and that's it for tomorrow. So we'll have a lighter session. So views and union में तुम्हें कुछ problem नहीं आएगा because views are nothing but a temporary, a kind of virtual table. Unions, and I'll give some practice questions. So that would be for Saturday. From Sunday, start with basic Python. Okay, we'll start with this. उससे भी भाई आंसर आ रहा है, पर कैसे? नहीं, पर पहले तुम्हारे में ये जो हायर डेट थी वो 1985 वगैरह भी आ रही थी। सॉरी नहीं, जो तुम्हारी टू डेट थी ना, वो पहले तुम्हारी गड़बड़ आ रही थी। टू डेट करा था, ठीक है, अगर वैसा था तो कोई बात। ठीक है, तुमने ग्रुप बाय किया था? ठीक, नहीं, बट सिस्टम डेट को किसी चीज से कंपेयर किया था? सिस्टम डेट को कंपेयर करना है ना, मैक्सिमम। ये चीज तुम्हें कंपेयर करनी है, हायर डेट से नहीं, टू डेट से करना है भाई। हायर डेट का कंपैरिजन तो हमने 1990 कर लिया ना, सिस्टम डेट को कंपेयर करना है टू सी वेदर द पर्सन इज स्टिल वर्किंग इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। 1990 से पहले ज्वाइन किया है और आज भी काम कर रहा है, हिंदी में बोलूं तो। मराठी में नहीं आता मेरे को, ठीक है, वो तुम लोग बोल लो, ठीक है। सो मेक दैट चेक, ठीक है। ओके गाइस, सो संडे से हम लोग बेसिक पाइथन स्टार्ट करेंगे। लेट्स कीप वन मोर सेशन, we'll see a views union or any other thing which is left. So views and union will not take more than I don't think it will take more than an hour for practice, and then I'll leave the forum open for some more practice. Tell me. If you want, I can put this query on the chat if you want to take it. Okay, so I have practiced complicated queries also. Please go and revise them. ठीक है, so I'll end the session. Thank you for joining.